So my friend and fellow Blender user Jacob Holiday gave me a super cool idea for today's video. What detail should you model versus texture? It's a fantastic question and one I don't think I've ever covered. So if you're new to this stuff, there are basically two primary ways to create your designs. One is via modeling and the other is via texturing. This video won't be a tutorial, but if you are looking for one, check out our free hard surface modeling jumpstart course over on blenderbros.com/jumpstart, which covers the exact process we'll be discussing in this video. I'll also link it in the description below. So the question, when should you stop modeling and focus specifically on texturing? And the answer, it depends. First, you need to understand that fundamentally texturing isn't required. You could technically model in every bit and every piece if you wanted to, but that is just plain crazy. Imagine you wanted thousands of scratches on your model and you spent hours and hours modeling in each physical and tiny scratch. That is just plain dumb. Instead, you should figure out which details you need to model first and which details you can supplement via textures. It's like if I have a specific protein goal each day, I still need to eat, but I can fill the rest of my protein with a supplement. So there's no single answer I can necessarily provide you, but there are some guidelines. Number one, don't bother modeling the tiny stuff unless your particular pipeline requires it. For example, if I'm trying to add in nuts and bolts and small details like this, I could physically model it in, but it would be a much better use of my time to simply grab a decal and slap it on the model. Number two, understand that if you're going for all quad topology, the tinier details are going to mean your mesh must be very dense. For example, if I take this cylinder here and run a trim sheet on it, notice that this detail here is much smaller in comparison to the model itself. It's not physically modeled into the geometry, but if I wanted to model it in with this same exact detail, my mesh would need to be very dense and carefully crafted. This is a big reason that game studios bake detail and create a low poly version. You could either bake the geometry from a model where you physically modeled in everything, or simply opt for something more straightforward like a trim sheet. In this case, you'd simply add the trim sheet material, unwrap your model over the detail that you prefer, and just like that, you have an intricate detail without modeling in anything. Number three, if you're going for a PBR material workflow, textures are essential. I used to get confused on the difference between materials and textures, but basically, a material is what holds all of the texture information, such as the color maps, roughness maps, normal maps, metallic values, and things like that. These are basically all the parameters that define your model. That means instead of using a boring principled BSDF material, you could instead plug in a few textures to make it pop and look more realistic. We actually have a custom material pack coming out this year, so if you'd like to download 3 of those materials completely free, I've posted a link to them in the description. Remember, you don't actually need to model anything. You could literally take the default cube and buff it up by just dropping textures, decals, and trim sheets all over the place. Keep in mind, decals and trim sheets are a type of texture, so don't get too confused. They're all basically detail that you can add without actually modeling anything in. The reason I wouldn't recommend using textures for everything is because it limits your versatility. For example, I can't use textures 100% of the time. If I'm going for a particular form on my model, I'm gonna need to run some booleans and carve that geometry out manually. Textures can't do this for me. At the end of the day, all textures are supplements for an already existing design. If you have a base model created and you want to start adding detail to it without changing the form, so basically just supporting elements, this would be a good time to begin using textures if you prefer. Sometimes if I think the quality will be nicer, I might model in that geometry, even if I could have replaced it with a texture. Just go with your intuition. Keep in mind there are so many different situations and answers to this question, so obviously I'd encourage you to research even more depending on the workflow you're getting into. This video is meant to be more of a general guideline, so that way you can understand the difference and how both approaches work. So next time you're modeling, think to yourself, do I really need to model in this detail, or could I get away with simply using a texture? Only you can answer this this question. If this video provided you with some insight and guidance, I'd highly recommend seeing how we do it inside of our hard surface modeling jumpstart course, which, like I said, is free. We first focus on modeling and then proceed to texture as a bonus at the end. And if you're a more advanced user, we also have our terminal course where we use a bit of add-ons and hard surface modeling workflow, and this is also a completely free course to help you out. So I hope this video was valuable. Hopefully next time you're struggling between deciding whether to model or texture, you have a better analytical approach and you can kind of figure out intuitively which option is the better one. Like I said, it all depends on your pipeline, your workflow, and ultimately what your final goal is. For me personally, as a concept artist, I do a lot of modeling and I also do a lot of texturing to add those supporting elements. So check out some of our other tutorials if you want to see how we do that. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.